Hey, beauties. So, I'm on the cusp of getting ready to enter a version of a year-long sabbatical. I'm still going to be holding the school, so that's still open for registration, and please join. I'll be there, I'll be holding it. But in many ways, I'm going to be pulling back from everything extraneous in my life in order to tend deeply to some things that I know I need to tend to personally. That's thunder. That's awesome. Um, And as I'm doing that, I think to myself, so I got a Sprinter van. It's converted already. I leave tomorrow for my maiden voyage in this van. I'm going up north. And, it's, there's a feeling that I have, and I wanted to share it with, I think it's something that maybe many of us are feeling right now. It's like when I was talking about this trip I'm about to go on and the fact that it's kind of indefinite. I can work from the van. I mean, who knows? But it's like, yeah, I feel like I want to call this the Return to Spirit tour. And it's interesting because, my work, in a way, my dharma is her mystery school. It's all of this tending to a deep feminine wisdom stream. It's kind of soulful by its nature. And yet, my personal direct relationship to that which I serve, that which I love, that which holds me, is still very private and very personal. And that is what I want to turn toward. That's what I know I need to turn toward even more deeply, right? So, the name of this video is God Doesn't Care what name she calls you, what name you call her by. She just cares that you call her, right? And that is so much what the school is about. That's so much what I feel like I'm being called to deepen in, which is Jumana. Pray. Jumana. Call out in your celebration, in your suffering, in your confusion, in everything, because I'm watching life and I'm watching how turbulent it is and I'm watching how uncertain it is and yet how much potential there is. And for me, what I am wanting to cultivate so even more deeply is just a sense that I really am companioned. I really am not alone here. And I want that for you too. It's interesting for me to be so deeply kind of saturated in teachings of the immanent divine, right? What is her mystery school? It's entirely devoted to the deep feminine nature of the divine, meaning that which touches us, that which we feel, that which, is with us, right? Not transcendent, not conceptual, like right here with us, right? We have 9 months of touching her in all these different ways. And yet, I am aware that there's something, Pixie Lighthorse, I've read a little bit. She's great. She's Pixie Lighthorse. You can look her up if you want to. But she said at one point, one of her emails, she mentioned prayer trauma. She basically said, yeah, you might not realize it, but most of us have prayer trauma because of experiences in religion or different experiences of being vilified in different ways or misunderstood in different ways. We stopped praying because that felt like it was the province or the domain of these religions, or it had to be done in a certain way, or we were being asked to pray to a punishing God or something that didn't really feel true to us. And a lot of us ended up with prayer trauma. And I think that is true. And I see it in the women in the school. I see that some of our deepest moments in the school are when we turn and we feel and we let our hearts actually pray. And when I say that God doesn't care what you call her, what name you call her by, I mean, that's true to me. To me, it's like Heavenly Father, she's fine with that. Him, her, beloved, it doesn't matter. The point is, do you feel that connection? Is what language you're using bringing you into communion with the one who made you, the one who sustains you, the one who will bring you home, right? The one who listens. The Sufis have an understanding, and it's demonstrated through the 99 names of God. So there's Allah, right? The one, right? The love. That's kind of the one unnameable. And then that kind of unnameable, just heart of the divine filters out through these 99 names. And their names, everything from the subtle to the mighty to the compassionate to the first, the last, the hidden, the revealed. I mean, there's 99 of them. They're beautiful. And for me, and the Sufi path really does inform much of what her mystery school is, but for me, that really, it speaks to the reality that God, goddess, whatever, spirit, is finding us, is touching us in all these many ways so that we can feel her, right? And that means our names might change. You might call out in one moment for the gentleness, like, oh, please, mercy. You might call out in another moment for guidance. Please, torchbearer, show me. You might call out in another moment for strength. You might call out in another moment for compassion, for wisdom. You might call out to be shown, for a mirror. You might call out for the mirror. Show me. What am I doing here? I'm off. I know that I am. Right? And that there's this way that the one who loves us will meet us in all those ways. So I guess in this moment, as I'm embarking on my own kind of prayer journey, it's going to be about a year long, actually. As I'm embarking on that, I just wanted to invite you to join me in some way, if you would like. Join me by just considering that you might turn toward, you might deepen in your own need for this, and then let it move through you like prayer. I want to read you a teacher of mine, Hunter Reynolds. He just sent out this beautiful prayer, and this is his prayer, and I love it. And I'm gonna be holding this close. So he says, this is his invitation, and I'll pass this to you too. Think of the moment you met someone that to this day you absolutely and utterly love. God didn't send them into your life so you could have them for just a few minutes. They were sent to provide you with a template of grace. And the continued use of this template is how we love God, through them in return. So his prayer, the prayer that he offers, is to just repeat to yourself, the one who breathed whoever into my life is breathing this moment into my life right now. And who knows, I was thinking about it. I was like, I've loved a lot of people, but a lot of those relationships have actually been kind of complicated or continue to be complicated. I mean, I can kind of say that, but for me, it's like the one who breathed the water into my life is breathing this moment into my life right now. The one who breathed, and I've been thinking of moments. I've been thinking of times and ways, places and people through which I've been really touched, opened, healed, just seen, whatever, and I've been filling them into the blanks. So I offer that to you. This is from my mentor teacher, Hunter Reynolds. The one who breathed whatever that beautiful thing was or is into my life is breathing this moment into my life right now. Right. And for me, that's a way of just, in the midst of all the hardship that might be here, in the midst of all the suffering that we know is present in our own lives and all around us, for me, it's a way of at least choosing in my being who I'm going to serve and what I'm going to turn to, I think prayer deeply, and that's part of why her mystery school is 9 months long, right? Because it holds us in this field of prayer, in this field of communion, direct communion, a restoration of that. One reason that prayer is so powerful in that way is that it really it brings us back again and again to who we deeply serve in our hearts, and kind of the one choice that we really have, the deepest choice we ever have, which is in the face of whatever suffering, in the face of whatever opportunity, in the face of whatever is happening, who will we serve and who will we turn to through that thing that's happening, through the grief that's in front of you, through the joy that's in front of you? Who do you turn to? And can we have that? This is what one would maybe call a more mystical state, which is a true sense of union, communication, of reciprocity between us and this kind of the one that we know and would probably have a really hard time ever putting full names to it. And, as I say, it's interesting to me. Sometimes when I pray, it's like, Goddess, please, or it's Great Lady, or Torchbearer at the Crossroads. Hunter likes to talk about the shepherding presence. He likes to turn his prayers to the shepherding presence. Beloved, Spirit, right? Heavenly Father, right? Jesus, whatever it is, I think what the most important thing, and what I'm looking for, and what I hope you honor in your life is that it opens you. That when you say it, you actually feel her, him, the one. You actually feel that you are not alone. And you feel it in your body. You feel it fully in your being. Like, oh, okay, there you are. Right, I can keep going. Or yeah, okay. And that's right. All right, okay, that's right. That was my promise. That was who I really wanted to be and what I wanted to live into. Okay, now I move forward again. So I'm inviting you into whatever, I'll be on it for a year. I'll still be teaching her mystery school starting in September. You can join me there. But in general, of course you can join me there. But in general, in this moment, we've just passed Lammas on the seasonal wheel, which is the time of the first harvest. It's a time of fruition and receiving. And I would invite you to, in this time of that seasonal blessing, really consider, who do you pray to? What words do you use? Are you pausing long enough to feel the response? And are you praying when you are in your need? Or are you just trying to fix everything and hope it, make everything better and do all the things? Are you reaching out in the unknown? Are you reaching beyond your limitations? And are you looking towards the bigger hands? And if not, would you consider doing that? And if you consider doing that, will you consider as you do it that you do it in whatever way is true to you? Let your soul speak. Let your self. It's different prayers, different whatever, until you feel it right inside of you. And you feel like that's right for you, right? And it opens the doorway inside of you that is always present, this direct connection to the one who made you, right? The one who cherishes you and who will always receive you home again anytime you turn. That's my invitation to you. I'll be sending videos from the road, so we'll see how that goes. I hope I can show you some beautiful places, and maybe I'll see you in the school. Registration is open. It begins September 6th, and I'm going to be deeply actually enrolled in the school, more than I ever have been before. I'm going to be going through it again as very deeply as a student at the same time that I'm teaching. So I'm excited, actually, for those of you who will join me for this. I think it's going to be rich, and we're going to be, in a certain way, we're going to deeply be sisters in it, right? All right. So much love to you. Happy praying. Blessed be.